Bruchim haba, and welcome everyone to a special edition of All Parsha on Parshas Chayei, the Chasam Sofer on Parshas Chayei. I would like to present to you a comment of the Chasam Sofer, a stirring comment, a timely, relevant comment. To me, one of the most astounding comments in all the writings of the Chasam Sofer ala Torah Parshas Chayei. We know Sarah passed away. Rashi says, Lama nismacha misa Sarah la'akeda. Why is Sarah's death juxtaposed to the episode of the Akedah? Says Rashi, because Sarah, when she heard, the Satan told Sarah that Avraham brought Yitzchak to the Akedah, v'kemat loy nishchat parcha nishmasa. Sarah's soul departed simply. She was so shocked. She was so astonished. She was so surprised, jolted by the notion that Avraham actually brought her son onto the Mizbeach and shechted him, that her heart stopped. Parcha nishmasa. And Chasam Sofer says that this insight he understood from the writings of Paneach Raza. Paneach Raza is a commentary on the Torah written by a Rishonim who writes many amazing ramazim on the Torah. It's a commentary that the Marsha quotes in his commentary on Shas, but it's not a commentary that is well known. And the Paneach Raza is troubled. Why would Sarah die in such a terrible way? What a bitter pill it is for someone to die thinking that their son was killed. I mean, Sarah Imenu, who lived a life of righteousness, 127 years, Kulam Shavim L'Taiva, she should die having swallowed the bitter pill of thinking her son was killed? And it wasn't even true? Why did she die this way? It says Paneach Raza, Sarah Imenu was punished, Mida Keneged Mida, measure for measure, quid pro quo. When the Malach came and told Sarah that in a year's time she would have a son, what was her reaction? She was incredulous. She laughed, and Hashem criticized her. Lama zat sachaka Sarah lemar ha'af umnam eled bani zakanti. Why did Sarah laugh? It says the Paneach Raza, Sarah did not believe the true report of the angel of God. She did not accept the MS. Therefore, she suffered the bitter pill of accepting sheker, accepting falsehood. This is the amazing observation of Paneach Raza, that even though, actually, some Achronim write, we don't find that Sarah was punished for laughing. But according to Paneach Raza, indeed Sarah was punished for laughing, and she was punished measure for measure. Because she didn't accept the true report of the angel, she had to suffer and swallow the bitter pill of accepting a false report. The Chasam Sofer quotes this Paneach Raza, and he makes a 4-word comment. V'davar gadal diber hanavi. The prophet has spoken great words. What prophet is Chasam Sofer referring to? Clearly he's referring to Paneach Raza. He wasn't a Navi. Paneach Raza was a Rishonim. And what exactly is the prophecy of the Paneach Raza? So we bring in our humble Sefer ala Torah Maggid Harakiah from the students of the Chasam Sofer, who explained that the Chasam Sofer meant as follows. The Chasam Sofer lived in an era during the times of the advent of the Reform movement, a movement that really fabricated and falsified Judaism. And hundreds of years later, we see that those who follow this brand, they substitute the authentic, genuine ideals of Torah and Yiddishkeit for a falsified version, where their idea of Shabbos is just a moment, a pause in a work schedule, where to them the values of Torah have become just social justice, or they have their own ideas of tikkun olam. And you sometimes look at that and you say, that's Judaism? That's Torah? That's divine value? How could anyone accept that? How could anyone believe in that? How could anyone stand behind that? And the Chasam Sofer is teaching us a phenomenon in history, the history of the world and history of the Jewish people. That God gave us a Torah's emes, a Torah of truth. And by studying it and inculcating it and believing it, our hearts, our minds, our souls are filled with meaning, are filled with satisfaction. But when someone turns their back on the truth and someone doesn't believe the divine truth, they are fed the bitter pill that they'll accept every fabrication and falsehood and sheker, and they'll embrace it and they'll accept it and they'll stand behind it, and that will supplant the truths of the religion. Because the verdict of history is, and this is the prophecy that the Chasam Sofer is referring to, the verdict of history is that when you don't accept the truth, you are forced to swallow a bitter pill, the most bitter pill of all. You accept falsehood. Sarah did not believe the true report of the angel. She had to swallow the bitter pill of accepting the false report that Abraham had shechted Yitzchak, and that is a most bitter pill. These are the comments of Chasam Sofer. V'davar gadol diber hanavi. A great matter the Navi has spoken. Wishing everyone a wonderful week.